Here's my brutally honest opinion about Infinity Nikki, because you know, all of my other opinions are neither brutal nor honest. So I got to play Infinity Nikki early thanks to the developers Infold Games, and as someone who's been very skeptical about the game and what it could offer considering it is free to play, I'm left with a lot of good to say, but I also have a couple of concerns. So I'm gonna tell you exactly what to expect from Infinity Nikki if you're planning on playing it, along with some problems that I'm pretty sure a lot of creators are not telling you about.
Someone actually is talking to me.
And I'm starting with the obvious here, the presentation. And first up, the graphics look stunning. This game has to be one of the prettiest games I've played this year, but that comes with a lot of consequences, which we're gonna dive into in a little bit. But oh my god, is it gorgeous to look at, with environments that will take your breath away. I found myself visiting different areas just to take in the beauty, from the beach to the town to the forest and mountains. Even the stores and buildings have so much detail poured into them. You also have a day and night cycle and weather changes, and my favorite was catching the sunset. The day and night cycle is not just for aesthetics, some quests will be tied to specific times of the day. The graphics are also pretty in the cutscene department, accompanied by voice acting that was engaging, and it made me feel immersed in the game. However, the sounds cut off randomly at times, and there were instances that reminded me of Palworld with how chaotic it can get. But it also still feels satisfying at other times when you hear the sound effects of you collecting items and unlocking new dresses. Music brings the whole game together with its whimsical nature, so it's like you're in this adventure movie exploring the open world at hand. You have a minimap which is gonna guide you, this definitely comes in handy, but it also has a bit of problems which we're gonna address later. You can dash to make traversal easier, and this comes with a cooldown, so you're gonna have to wait for a few seconds until the timer is ready for you to dash again. The UI is mesmerizing to look at. I usually refer to beautiful UI and menu systems as handsome. This is definitely the case here. It feels very luxurious, it fits the overall aesthetic, and I love the sparkles and the different animations that add to the experience. But a game that is pretty and very graphically intensive on your PC comes with a lot of performance issues. But first, let me tell you that I played the game on mouse and keyboard because the controller just wasn't working, so I think it wasn't part of the version that I played. But knowing that the game is coming to PlayStation 5, controller support should be available by the time you're going to play it. Going back to the performance, the minimap was stuttering, as you can see, so it made it feel a little bit weird when I was looking at it because obviously the game was struggling to keep up with my movement. As for the game itself, I had so much pop-in happening. Trees are appearing out of nowhere, buildings are appearing out of nowhere. All of a sudden you see people popping in, as well as just massive items, and that was definitely immersion breaking for me. So to say that the optimization is not the best right now is an understatement. Also, the UI would sometimes freeze and it becomes just irresponsive, so I had to pull my Windows menu up, then go back to the game, hoping that it would unfreeze. Not only that, but I also had a couple of crashes. Thankfully, the game does a really good job at saving automatically, so I didn't lose any progress. But I hope that the developers get the chance to iron out all of these problems before the game goes live for the public. There are also some concerns when it comes to the gameplay aspect, so I'm gonna tell you what to expect with the gameplay loop, as well as a bit of the story, and we're keeping it spoiler-free as always. Basically, you play as Nikki, and you're accompanied by your best friend and companion called Momo, and you find the goddess sending you to Mirrorland. And as you get there, you find that the citizens have some issues they're dealing with, and of course, as the protagonist, you're on a mission to help them, but also fulfill the goddess's wish of finding all miracle dresses. And the gameplay is all about collecting these dresses that give you special abilities. So you know how in farming games you have your tools to use and collect different resources? Well, Infinity Nikki uses dresses as tools to do that. And the game switches between most dresses seamlessly. If you want to platform and jump around, you're gonna see yourself in a gorgeous blue dress. If you are in combat, you're gonna switch to a green dress. And if you want to pet animals or catch bugs and fish, each one of these has its own dress. And sometimes you're gonna use the wheel to change and switch between the tools that you want to use. Now, you gather these sketches from your Heart of Infinity charts, and this is like a massive blueprint tree with so many dress variations to collect. You can unlock them using Whimstars, which are scattered scattered around the map. Some of these Whimstars are very easy to collect, while others require small challenges to obtain, like finding a star in a designated yellow circle, or trying to reach all these stars in time, or even flying and jumping around up high buildings to reach them. Momo can also help you detect and track some of these Whimstars. These challenges and minigames definitely add a bit of variety into finding a very crucial source that you need to unlock these dresses. You have some platforming sections which are very easy to do. You know me and platformers are not the best of friends, so if this was easy for me to do, it's gonna be a piece of cake for you. You can dash with the timer going out, as I mentioned previously. You can double jump, you can fly, and you use your shadow to predict where Nikki might land to avoid losing health. You can also break some obstacles to traverse downwards. Your health is in a heart bar, and you lose hearts kind of like Legend of Zelda by falling or taking damage from enemies, which brings us to combat. When in combat, you use your green dress to get rid of these easelings, I think they were called, and if combat is not your thing in cozy games, don't worry, it's super easy here. It's just very simple, and at least for the 10 hours that I've played, combat was extremely easy to work around. We have to talk about the dresses, which are the star here, and not only are they pretty, but I found this concept very fun and creative to use. So once you unlock a sketch for your dress, you're gonna go and collect resources to make it. You might need to sneak up on bugs to catch them, you might need to forage fish, which is really fun in this game by the way. You might also need to pet some cats and dogs and birds to get resources from them, and that shows like the cutest animation I've ever seen. Betting those animals never got old for me. It was so freaking adorable. And the outfits that you collect are used as tools, but you can also mix and match your day-to-day outfit, which is what you would like to see Nikki wearing when she's not using any of these tools. The pieces of the different outfits come with different scores and traits. Some are like, this outfit is cool or romantic or sexy or elegant, and these scores come in handy for some competitions in the game where you're gonna need to create an outfit with a certain score and trait to win the competition. Making these is super easy. You just use the filter option in the game, so pretty much the game is choosing and letting you know and filter out what type of pieces you need, taking out the guesswork out of the equation. You can also upgrade the pieces to let them get a higher score, and outfits can also be upgraded to enhance their abilities. As it stands, you cannot customize Nikki's features when it comes to like her face, but you have 3 or 4 skin tones to choose from, which might be off-putting. I know for some of you love to customize deeply your protagonist. This is not an option here. The game is also led by the main quest as well as some world quests, which are your side quests here, and I love the in-game tracker. With a click of a button, you will know exactly what you need to do, or for example, if there's a dress that needs to be unlocked, the game will take you to that dress and tell you like, hey, this is the dress that you need to unlock right now. The map is very helpful as well because it can even filter out resources that you need, and it will show you exactly where to find them. The map also shows you exclamation marks for side quests, as well as where different vendors are, where the teleportation points are gonna be, as well as some of the mini games. And these quests will give you some bling, which is the in-game currency, along with other rewards. So despite the minimap being very weird, and I don't know why it's stuttering like this right now, the big base map is extremely helpful in this game. But this video would not be brutally honest if I just disregard the elephant in the room, which is this game is free to play, so it means it's gonna come with a bit of baggage that might be off-putting for some of you. So obviously the developers still need to make money to keep creating new games as well as updating this one. I launched the game through its own game launcher, so it wasn't on Steam, for example, so you need to know that. I don't know if that's gonna change down the line. And the game has your basic online features like wishes, which you can get by logging in every day. So if you played like your MMOs and other online games like that, you know, you get rewarded for logging in daily. You also have what's called vital energy that you need, and this replenishes by 1 point every 5 minutes. This might be off-putting for you. I think it's taking way too long to replenish 1 point. Now in this game, you go to different realms to exchange items for rare resources. For example, in the realm of escalation, you can exchange certain items to get bling, threads of purity, or these bubbles in return, and these are needed for various dresses and upgrades. You also have this gumball machine, which implements a gacha system system. By spending 10,000 bling, you unlock one piece of clothing through one pull. I don't know if it's gonna be easy to gather a lot of bling to pull all of these pieces. I know someone made a video with 400 pulls, so the gacha system might be gachaing. We just need to wait and see when the full game is out and kinda see how microtransactions are gonna be. There's also resonance. I think you need them to unlock very special dresses, but I didn't really know how to figure them out. So this whole system definitely concerns me in terms of how difficult different pulls are gonna be, how much we're gonna need vital energy to play the game. Is it gonna become very overwhelming? And of course that boils down to your pocket, to your wallet. I don't know just yet how much money you're gonna be spending in this game, so yeah, we just gotta wait and see. Now, putting that aside, let's talk about a few more fun factors that you can expect in this game. But before we get into that, hello you gorgeous human being, it's Miss Bubbles. If you love this video and you're finding it helpful, squish the like and subscribe buttons so you never miss out on the latest cozy games. So a few more activities that you can do. You can pay for a hot balloon, which lets you look at the stunning world, and then you can jump off and fly across the world. You can hire a bicycle and use it within a designated area, as well as participate in some mini games that use the bicycle. You have fun mini games all around to enjoy, which break the pacing of the story and they let you enjoy some fun on your own. You have a camera mode, which is in-depth, and I know a lot of you are gonna be loving it and sharing your outfits and pictures online, which I can't wait to see. You also collect these dews of inspiration by attacking them, and then you can use them to exchange them for gifts. So we talked a lot about Infinity Nikki, but the question is this game the one for you? As always, we're gonna go with this game's for you if, not for you if, and my verdict. This game is for you if you love a story-driven game. There's plenty of dialogue and cutscenes here, so keep that in mind. It's for you if you love mini games and fun activities scattered around that cater to a basic gameplay loop of collect resources to unlock X outfit. It's also for you if you like a chill and cozy game where the combat stakes are very low and you're okay with some platforming segments. It's for you if you don't mind playing a free-to-play game with some gacha systems and the possibility to pay some money out of your pocket to access resources. And it's for you if you love fashion and styling with so many pieces to collect and use. However, this game is not for you if you don't enjoy story-driven cozy games and you usually just like to do whatever you want in your cozy games. You just don't want any story in here. It's also not for you if you don't want any combat whatsoever, if you don't like the idea of a free-to-play game to begin with. So regardless of what it has to offer, you just don't like that. And it's not for you if you don't like playing as a predetermined character with their own features already done for you and created for you. So all you can do is decide the outfit that they're gonna wear. As for me, I was pleasantly surprised by this game. Yes, I do have my concerns, but also considering how skeptical I was, this experience left me excited and I'm really happy that I got to play it. Even with 10 hours in, I know I barely scratched the surface and I had to stop myself from playing because this version had like a determined login and password for us. So I don't know if we can still get access to that when the full game is out. So I don't want to be replaying more than 10 hours when the game is fully released. I'm certainly worried, as I said, about the microtransactions and how these are going to be implemented when the game is fully released. But for the time that I played, I never felt short on the resources and I never felt like, oh my god, like I think I'm gonna need some microtransactions right now. Plus the way that the game made me feel like a kid with how magical everything is. It reminded me of when I was young and I would enjoy games like Bratz if you played them. As a little kiddo, the nostalgia feelings were hitting me. With that being said, I'm very curious to know if you are going to play Infinity Nikki after watching this video. Are you gonna give it a chance? At the end of the day, it's a free-to-play game. You have nothing to lose. So I want to know what you think. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Until next time, stay bubbly. And thank you so much to my bubbly Patreons and YouTube members who make videos like this possible. And a shout out goes to the games I mentioned, Jake, Logan, and Stephanie for going the extra mile.